everyone, it's your girl Naia, and today we're diving into something super cool. We're checking out a video titled I Made a Game Using AI by Rafal Obrebski. Now, I don't know about you, but when I hear AI in game, my brain goes into overdrive. Are we talking about a virtual world where I can be a princess or maybe a dragon slayer? Or will it just be me trying to convince a robot to play hopscotch? Either way, I'm ready for some laughs, some jaw-dropping moments, and let's be real, probably some epic fails. So grab your snacks, hit that like button, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe because you don't want to miss out on the fun we're about to have. Let's jump right into it.
This is a game I made almost entirely using AI tools, and it only took a few hours to make. Today I'll take you through each step of the process, showing just how much AI tools can do for game development right now.
This is wild. The fact that AI can streamline game development like this is a game changer. Just look at those visuals. It's like we're stepping into a whole new world. I can't believe how quickly things are evolving in gaming.
Right now, along with a look at what they still cannot handle, and there is more of that than you might think. And finally, I will share where I think AI game development is headed and how it could redefine game creation in ways that might surprise you. If you're new to the channel, welcome! My name is Rafal Obrebski and I've been making games professionally for over 8 years. Throughout those years, I've seen some game creation tools and techniques come and go. For instance, when I started making games, no one was really using motion matching to animate characters.
That's a major throwback. Motion matching has completely changed the game for character animation. It's crazy to think how far we've come in just a few years. The visuals here are stunning too, definitely gives off that epic adventure vibe.
Characters. But now, especially with the advances in Unreal Engine 5, it is slowly becoming the standard for some of the third-person perspective games. And AI? It is changing things even faster. Just a few years ago, our AI options were mostly simple chatbots. Now, AI can generate 2D art, voiceovers, music, 3D models.
This is mind-blowing. The fact that AI can now handle everything from art to music is a total game changer. It's like having a whole creative team at your fingertips. Just imagine the possibilities for indie developers.
And even simulate entire games with no engine needed. Though sometimes the result looks more like a fever dream than a game. Just take the Minecraft Oasis simulation, where AI tries its best but ends up hallucinating blocks, mobs, and landscapes into a somehow consistent mess.
That sounds hilarious. AI can really go off the rails sometimes, turning a simple game into a chaotic masterpiece. It's like watching a toddler try to build a Lego set adorably messy.
It's like Minecraft if Minecraft had been designed by a sleep-deprived elderly person with dementia. So today I'm putting it to the test, using AI tools to create a mini Souls-like game. For context, I am currently working on a larger Souls-like project, so I know what goes into making a game like this. I wanted to see how much of that I could recreate.
This is intriguing. Testing the limits of AI in game development is such a bold move. It's like a science experiment for creativity. I can't wait to see how close you can get to that Souls-like vibe using just AI tools.
Using only. So whenever AI tools cannot be used, I will be sticking to free and easy to use solutions. First up, the player character. I have questionable.
This is hilarious. Your drawing skills are definitely on the abstract side, but that adds a fun charm to the whole process. It's like watching a game come to life through a kid's imagination. Can't wait to see how this character evolves.
Questionable drawing skills, to put it mildly, but there are plenty of AI tools to help with that. For my character's concept art, I chose Midjourney. I gave it prompts based on my idea. A dark fantasy warrior with a face hidden inside of a hood. Fast and agile, wearing light clothing. In my concept, this character is a person from a medieval village.
This concept is intriguing. A medieval villager venturing into the land of the dead sounds like a gripping story. It opens up so many possibilities for character development and plot twists. I'm already hooked.
forced to visit the land of the dead, where his appearance changes and he gains new skills. The process with Midjourney actually felt a bit like working with an artist, except it was almost instant. I could experiment with different ideas and styles and adjust everything that didn't quite match my vision. With the character standing in an A pose, it was ready for the next stage, creating a 3D model. And that was the big test, turning that concept into a 3D model. Traditionally, 3D assets are one of the most.
This is so true. 3D modeling can be a total headache and a budget killer. Seeing the struggle is real, especially when you're trying to bring your vision to life. I can totally relate to that frustration.
Are one of the most expensive parts of game development, so the idea that AI could handle this is game-changing. I decided to go with Meshy AI, a tool that converts text or images into 3D models. Just a year ago, the results were, let's call them early prototypes. Here are a few models Meshy generated for me just 10 months ago.
Wow, those early prototypes are definitely a trip. It's fascinating to see how far AI has come in such a short time. The creativity is there, but they look like they need a bit of polish. Can't wait to see how the technology has evolved.
But fast forward to today, and this is what Meshy can generate. I created a few test characters to see what it can do. Here is an example of an.
This Indeed night looks epic. The design really captures that dark fantasy vibe. It's amazing how AI can bring such creative concepts to life. I can totally see this character fitting right into a Souls-like game.
Of an undead knight, and a more abstract horror character with a bell for its head. And the results were honestly quite impressive. Coming back to the main character, I decided to go with image to 3D generation. I used the concept art created in Midjourney, and Meshy surprised me once again. Even though it still lacks a few details on the actual mesh, and some of the details are faked within the texture of the character.
This is looking really cool. Even with some details faked in the texture, the character has a strong presence. It's impressive how AI can get so close to the vision while still leaving room for refinement. This is definitely shaping up to be something special.
I think it's still very impressive, given the fact that it only took a few minutes to go from an idea in my head to an actual 3D model. Next, I decided to create an enemy that would feel connected to the main character's backstory. My idea was a creature that, like the main character, was once a human, but had lost all of its humanity when moving to Land of the Dead.
This concept is super intriguing. Transforming a human into a creature after losing their humanity adds a deep layer to the story. It really ties into the themes of loss and transformation that are so prevalent in dark fantasy. I'm excited to see how this plays out.
I wanted it to be a big, horrifying, muscular albino monster with antlers, something I personally aspire to during my workout sessions. For this, I wanted to test a bit different approach. Instead of generating the concept art first, I used the text to 3D model prompt right away. Meshy gave me a few options. A few looked like an overgrown infant whose mother made just a few too many mistakes during pregnancy.
This is too funny. That design definitely has a unique vibe, like a monster that skipped leg day. It's wild how AI can produce such unexpected results. I can see the humor in this, but I'm curious to see how you'll refine it into something more terrifying.
Pregnancy.
Equipa de segurança da Bolt, ao teu lado em cada viagem.
I picked one that felt mythical and a little unsettling. And again, even though it didn't have that refined details a human artist might add, it worked well enough for a gameplay prototype. Now it was time for animations. I started with Deep Motion AI, which has text to animation AI tool. Unfortunately, the results were, let's call them, questionable.
Oh wow, those animations are definitely something. It looks like the characters are having a bit of an identity crisis. It's hilarious but also a reminder of how tricky animation can be, especially with AI. Can't wait to see how you tackle this challenge.
Deep
Yes! That's exactly what you say.
It clearly didn't want my company, and animations it did eventually create.
This is a wild animation. It looks like the character's trying to dance but forgot the steps. It's definitely got that quirky charm, but I can see why you'd want to refine it. This could lead to some hilarious moments in gameplay.
It would need a lot of cleanup, which kinda defeats the point. Then I tried CMS AI, but again, the results were just not usable. AI animation might get there eventually, but for now, it's not up to scratch for anything beyond a meme potential. So I went back to a trusty source, Mixamo. It doesn't use AI, but offers reliable pre-made animations and quick rigging for my AI-generated models.
Mixamo is a solid choice. Having reliable pre-made animations can save so much time and effort. Plus, it's great to see how well it integrates with your AI-generated models. This is shaping up nicely.
Models. For the main character, I wanted a smooth, realistic movement, so since I already know there is no reliable AI solutions for animations just yet, I used Unreal Engine's motion matching sample project. I imported my AI-generated model and retargeted motion capture animations for it, creating a seamless movement system for the character. With just a few clicks, the character was moving fluidly in the game.
This is awesome. Seeing the character move fluidly in the game is such a satisfying moment. It really brings your creation to life. The animation looks smooth, and it's exciting to see how everything is coming together. Great job.
Reacting in, I have a full devlog dedicated just to this topic, so feel free to check it out. Next came the gameplay logic for combat. For me, it was still a faster solution to just do it myself, as I already have been working in Unreal Engine for quite some time. But ChatGPT came in handy for bug fixing and optimizing some of the blueprints.
This is a smart move. Using ChatGPT for bug fixing and optimization is a great way to leverage AI in your workflow. It's like having a coding buddy that can help you troubleshoot and refine your blueprints. This is a solid strategy to enhance your project.
For someone who uses AI, which is fully integrated into Unreal and provides AI guidance, if that sounds interesting, let me know in the comments and I can make a separate video on using AI to fully generate logic for a game. But again, for this project, I went with the fastest solution. And
this is a smart approach. Prioritizing speed in development can really help you iterate quickly and get your project moving. Those blueprints look clean and organized, which is key for managing gameplay logic effectively. Excited to see how it all comes together.
Fastest solution and created the gameplay logic for player combat and enemy behavior myself. The environment was another test for AI's current capabilities. While full environments are still challenging for AI, I used a hybrid approach. I started with an Aztec temple from the Unreal Marketplace as the base and used Meshy to generate some extra props.
This is a clever combination. Using an existing environment and enhancing it with AI-generated props can really elevate the overall aesthetic. That Aztec temple vibe is perfect for a dark fantasy setting, and those props will add great detail and immersion.
Like this broken pillar that player has to jump through, or a few Aztec-themed sculptures to add details. While these props weren't as high quality as I would like, and they visibly stood out from the rest of the environment, they were good enough for a quick level layout. As a simple test, I created a small cartoonish game environment to test it, and the results I got show a bigger potential for a more stylized game. I might touch on creating cartoon-styled game using AI in a different video.
That sounds like a fun idea. Exploring cartoon-styled games with AI could really showcase the versatility of these tools. Plus, the whimsical art style can lead to some really creative and engaging gameplay. I'm definitely interested in seeing that.
To add more atmosphere, I used 11 labs to generate sound effects and a few voice lines using AI. It generated sounds for swords attacks, grunts for the enemy when they are being hit by the player, and even a few lines for the main character reacting to seeing the enemy for the first time.
Há globo para tudo o que quiseres. Só tens de o pedir. Descarrega já a app.
Wonder what this guy did before dying to get this ugly in the afterlife.
For visual effects, AI is still not there.
This is a crucial point. Visual effects can really elevate a game, and it's interesting to hear that AI still has some catching up to do in that area. It's a reminder that while AI is powerful, there are still aspects where human creativity shines. Looking forward to seeing how you tackle this challenge.
Not there, so I added some VFX from a previous project to round things up. Here's what I ended up with.
Wonder what this guy did before dying to get this ugly in the afterlife.
A functional Souls-like prototype, mostly made with AI and free-to-use tools in just a few hours. It's definitely playable, but would I release it?
This is a pivotal moment. It's great to hear that the prototype is playable, but the question of releasing it adds a layer of intrigue. It's all about refining and polishing before putting it out there. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on what needs to be improved.
Well, quite obviously, I would not. The assets aren't polished enough, and there is still a lot of personality missing that only human artists can add. But will we ever be able to fully rely on AI tools to create assets and logic for a game? I think we are closer than ever, but there is a catch.
This is an intriguing statement. It sounds like you're about to dive into some important insights about the future of AI in game development. Eyes, all ears for what that catch might be.
While I believe AI can speed up development, it is unlikely to replace the artistic creativity of a human artist. Based on what I was able to make, I think AI is perfect for fast prototyping. I could sketch out my gameplay, test the scale of my characters, experiment with combat and get the core experience even before hiring an artist to create my assets.
This is a smart strategy. Prototyping with AI allows you to refine your ideas and gameplay mechanics before investing in high-quality assets. It's like having a sandbox to play in, which can lead to some really innovative designs. Excited to see how this evolves.
This approach could save time and money for indie developers or small studios, but there's a trade-off. By cutting human input early in the design phase, you miss out on the ideas and discussions that often make games feel unique. AI tools are exciting, but I think they should be seen as creative partners, rather than full replacements for artists. Used carefully, they will change game development.
This is a powerful statement. Emphasizing the role of AI as a creative partner is key. It's all about collaboration, and when used wisely, AI can truly enhance the game development process. I'm excited to see how this partnership evolves in the industry.
Especially within the technical implementation aspect. But for assets creation, we will always need a human touch, especially for the most important assets like the 3D model of the main character or the creative vision for the environment. Even though AI assets provide a huge potential for small studios and individual creators, I really doubt we will see it being used in any AAA titles in upcoming years.
That's an interesting perspective. AI titles often rely on high-quality, unique assets that reflect a specific vision, so it makes sense that they might be slower to adopt AI-generated content. It'll be fascinating to see how the industry balances innovation with artistic integrity in the future.
I would love to hear your thoughts. Do you think AI will ever be able to make a complete, high-quality game assets on its own, simply based on human prompts? Or will it rather stay as a tool to prototype things early in the game's production? Let me know in the comments. And if there is another aspect of game development you are curious to see AI tackle, drop your ideas below. I'm personally tempted to see how far I can go.
This is an exciting moment. It sounds like you're ready to push the boundaries of what AI can do in game development. Exploring its limits could lead to some groundbreaking results. I am all in for this journey.
Go with creating a game using only AI-generated things. If you enjoyed this AI experiment, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more deep dives into game development. See you in the next one. Bye.
And there you have it, folks. We just journeyed deep into the world of AI game development with Rafal Obrebski, and wow, what a wild ride it was. I started off all hyped, thinking I'd be slaying dragons or at least convincing some robots to play hopscotch. But instead I was blown away by how AI is transforming the MakingAGame itself. Those visuals were seriously next level, and who knew AI could be your little artistic buddy one moment and an epic fail the next, just like a toddler with Legos? I gotta say, my expectations were definitely met. This was no boring tech talk, it was a roller coaster of creativity and laughs. The animations may have had a bit of an identity crisis, but hey, that's just the charm of using AI, right? It's like watching a character trying to dance while missing half the steps. Ultimately, I'd say Rafal's got something special brewing here. It's a fresh approach to game development that leaves tons of room for both hilarity and innovation. Just remember, AI might be your creative partner, but don't let it skip a day before you bounce out of here. Make sure you smash that like button if you enjoyed today's video, and don't forget to subscribe for more of my crazy adventures in the world of reactions. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming up next. Until next time, keep dreaming big and dancing like nobody's watching, even if you've forgotten the steps.